Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading, in particular, mystery reading number 854. My name is Elizabeth. Before getting into this reading, chances are that most of the people watching this video are not subscribed, so if you are a reoccurring viewer, you enjoy my work and would like to help support the growth of my channel, feel free to do so by sticking around and hitting that subscribe button down below and ringing the notification bell next to it if you feel called to. And if you do decide to stick around and support my channel, welcome and thank you very much. So I want to start this off by saying that I think the numbers 333 and 444 could be very significant for whoever is watching this, no pun intended, I guess. I feel someone here, I feel like your ancestors are really present, and that there's also something significant here about healing. These might be like family related wounds. So this could be like relationships with your parents, your siblings. Maybe there's something significant here about healing from something from childhood or your upbringing. Someone here might have had a challenging time in school if you went to public school, and I feel like there could be some healing there. I do think there is encouragement here for you to express yourself, to grieve or process whatever you need to grieve or process in terms of a familial relationship or something from when you were a child or, just very young. It's interpreting the number 854. The number 8 is about walking away, letting go, trusting that what's lost will be replaced. Whatever you lost, whether it's experiences or relationships or anything like that, when you were very young, you do have the power and the potential and the ability to take advantage of that loss in a way that works for you rather than against you. You can allow it to empower you rather than disempower you. I just really think it's a matter of whether you allow yourself to, find deeper meaning or a deeper sense of purpose in whatever you endure, as a child or a teenager or a young adult. This definitely feels more like child, teenager years, but it could definitely be young adult too. I just think, again, this is confirmation of allowing yourself to process, express yourself, and to grieve so that way you can let go of the pain and the patterns and the habits that followed as a result of that pain. So you can have more of what you deserve from yourself and out of life in general. I think the universe, your spirit guides, especially your ancestors, whatever you're grieving from, they do want you to know that there is a reason why you went through what you did. And I just burped, which is confirmation to release or to let go of the pain. But of course, be patient with yourself. Grieving takes time sometimes. I think you should definitely be more kind to yourself, more, not as harsh, especially if you've had a particularly challenging or troubling past. I think that slowing down, maybe listening to some meditations if you feel called to, can offer you a level of relief and peace that you really, really need. I feel like there's a lot of grace here that you need, and you can be the person to give that to yourself by not being hard on yourself and letting yourself be human. And I'm hearing sirens outside, which usually when I hear sirens, it's the universe, your spirit guides, trying to bring your attention to something. I feel like this is about bringing your attention to maybe the harsh or negative thoughts or feelings or beliefs that you have about yourself that you project onto other people or the world. I'm feeling like strong judgment energy. The harder you are on yourself, the harder you're going to be on other people, and the more critical you are going to be of what's possible for you. So I do think being kinder, more patient with yourself could definitely open up some opportunities, because it will allow you to look at opportunities that are already there, but you don't see it because you don't allow yourself to see it. There's a lot of allowing yourself to do this and that. I feel like you need to give yourself more permission for, it feels like, many little things that could really benefit you. The number 5 is about change and transformation. Yeah. The pain. I led my own healing journey with the idea that pain equals potential. It's a direct reflection of potential. So, however much pain you're feeling, especially if you feel trapped or consumed by darkness, depending on how deeply you feel right now, that is a direct reflection of how free and at peace you can feel. It's just about a matter of whether you let yourself, allow yourself, give yourself permission to tap into that peace. Maybe through acceptance or, whatever you need to grieve and to heal. I do think there are some internal changes that you are being called to make, especially when it comes to how you view yourself. What you believe about yourself and what you believe about what's possible for you, and just the world as a whole. I do feel like for somebody, not a lot of people, there could be a lot of darkness in this energy, and so these messages might be particularly powerful or relevant for you. The number 4 is why I felt that your ancestors are present. They're particularly present for whoever's feeling a lot of darkness. I feel like there's a lot of compassion, empathy coming from somebody's ancestors, especially if they understand what you went through. Just because you're related and they might have gone through some similar things. The number 4 is about stability, whether it's emotionally, materially. I think this is more about recognizing that you have control to give yourself, you have the power to give yourself more balance, more peace, more stability, and more grace is the word that I feel like keeps coming up. Adding up these numbers, 8 plus 5 is 13, plus 4 is 17, 1 plus 7 is 8. That's further encouragement there to grieve, process, accept, let go, and allow yourself to move forward, trusting that whatever was lost can be replaced and will be replaced if that is what you choose. Your choices, you are in control here. I think it's really important that you recognize that. I'm going to start wrapping up this meeting by drawing out a card from the Magical Dogs Tarot to see what else wants to come through for you and how it might relate to the number 854. Interesting. So I have the Trickster, or it's the Devil in Tarot, but it was in reverse. This reading definitely feels like it is very much for somebody who is experiencing a lot of darkness, heavy thoughts, heavy feelings, restricting beliefs, limiting beliefs, I guess is a better way to say it. The number 23 could be significant. The Devil in Tarot is about feeling, chained or bound or trapped. Especially, for a lot of people, I feel like it could resonate as being stuck in a living situation, or feeling like you're stuck in a living situation that just doesn't align with who you are and what you deserve. But I feel like, the Devil card, it can definitely be like your own worst enemy type of card. I think we all have a side of us that can be, a little devilish and, fall into temptation, really feeling mesmerized by the negativity. The darkness, it can be comforting, but it really, really depends on the context. You're not being asked to be happy and at peace and calm all the time. You're being asked to recognize that you are in control. If you don't want your mind to have control over your life, it doesn't have to be that way. And someone here could really be battling a fierce sense of stubbornness here, but that really just shows how much you care. Because I feel like it's more about being frustrated than truly negligent, I guess is the word. I think your ancestors are really, really coming through to let you know that your frustration is valid. You don't deserve to be fighting as hard as you are. But like I said in the last reading, where the number 3 was significant as well, that doesn't mean that it isn't worth it or that you aren't worth it. And I'm being reminded of a card that I have that I wrote myself. It says you are worth the struggle and you are worth the fight. You are worth learning how to think and feel and believe in a way that works for you and the collective rather than against you and the collective. And I say the collective because, even if you may feel alone, emotionally, mentally, probably spiritually, you're not. Physically, maybe. I just burped again. So maybe that's confirmation to let go of any feelings of, feeling alone. There are people out there who understand you. But of course they might not be able to express it to you because they don't know you. But talking about how connected we are, that's why I say the collective, because you do have an impact and you do matter, and how you show up does matter, not just for yourself but for everybody else too. And some part of me is tempted to say if not for yourself then for everybody else, but definitely not. First and foremost, it should be for yourself. And I just saw these shaking hands. So I feel like maybe there's some sort of agreement or commitment that you could and need to make to, for, and with yourself.